I'm just curious, what do you think is the future of patient data management, and what do you see that most people don't?
Yeah, what I see is that it's very necessary to have access to all of your data on your smartphone. When I explain the project to people and I tell them, on your phone, you have all your pictures, you have your contacts, you have your agenda, right? You even have your bank, right? You have everything. What about your health data? And suddenly they realize, yeah, gee, that's probably the most important data and I don't have it. Or I just have a few pieces of data from my running application, right? Or for my sleep app, but I don't have my full health record. And I even have some people that tell me, it doesn't exist. Really? I thought it would exist. It would seem so obvious, right? And it doesn't, or it's not very well developed, right? So I think it's something that in a few years, everybody say, yes, of course, we have all of our information on our smartphone. It's obvious, right? But today people just haven't tilted. They haven't realized how important it is, right? So that's one element. A second element is that I'm very puzzled by all the GDPR and all of this, right? Being in Europe, when the GDPR came, it put so many constraints that as Europeans, we were thinking, gee, this is going to slow down our possibilities of developing innovative projects around big data, about AI, because all of these need data. And suddenly all of the data is being controlled, right? All the companies in Europe cannot do what they want, right? And so many Europeans were feeling that, oh, it's a bit unfair because Americans don't have those constraints and Chinese don't have those constraints, right? So they're going to go much faster. But what's happening now is the California Privacy Act. And it's a few Eastern states, similar privacy acts. And then Brazil is coming up with regulations like this. So surprisingly, GDPR showed the example, and then others are starting to think and say, I think it's probably good to have more privacy because everybody's curious about their data being abused, right? So I think that surprisingly, everything is moving in a direction where there's going to be more and more privacy, more decisions by the patients or the citizen, more control, and an explicit consent. So I think that's also something that will come in the future. That's what I believe will come. And then having a system where you start from full privacy like we did is a big advantage, right? Because the regulations help us. The regulations currently today say all the patients, all the citizens should have access to all of their data. And if you're using the data of a citizen, then you should be careful about this, and it's putting a lot of constraints on who's using the data from somebody else, right? So if you start from the citizen or from the patient, then everything is easier, right? Because the regulations are completely in line with that. So that's the second element I see. The third element I see is, I think, one that most people see is the importance of data, right? Globally, lots of data and data being processed by big data first, because you can extract additional data from that, but AI also, because AI will extract data and create knowledge, which is one level up in the complexity, and bring many benefits to everybody, to the common, right? That's probably the third element I see. What else? Maybe the last element is that something that I really believe in is it's a bit hippies, right? But it's power to the people, right? Again, internet did that, right? Internet gave everybody the possibility to have access to all of information, right? Then Web 2.0 came, where basically everybody was capable of contributing, publishing, personal blogs, social media, and all of these, right? So it's putting back power to the people. And so what I see in the health sector is that patients will have more power again. They will recuperate the power that they should not have lost, right? They're becoming health consumers instead of patients, right? So they're going to put their money in the services that they want. So health consumers is going to be a big trend. And also, like I said earlier, personalized medicine will become more and more important, because now we basically are solving the big problems, right? You've seen probably recently in the news, polio is completely eradicated from this world, right? And so we're progressing, right? Now, to progress more, we need to be more personalized and focus on the rarer diseases and so on. So it's going to be more personalized too. So I think that's the future trend too.